What do you want?
You're listening to the DVM production empire. Packed with content, millions of downloads, taking the world by force. Join the empire today at dvmpe.com.
Groovy.
Look, Patrick. Everything the stupid touches is our kingdom.
Wow.
A podcaster's time as ruler rises and falls like the iTunes rating. One day, Patrick, the stupid will end on my time here, and will rise with you as the new podcaster.
And this will all be mine.
Everything.
Everything that stupid touches. But what about that common sense place?
That's beyond our borders. You must never go there, Patrick.
But it seems like that's the better place. I want to go there.
You can't go there. We're here, in the stupid.
Oh, you're telling me not to go there is really making me want to go there.
Look, if you go there, there's no more podcast. You're being pretty stupid yourself right now.
I'm glad your brother's going to kill you.
What?
Nothing. What's going on, Empire? This is Stupid's Talking Stupid on the DVM production Empire. I am Patrick.
And I'm Bear, and we read the stupid so you don't have to. We've got some international stupid for you.
Yay.
Because sometimes it's nice to know that
The rest of the world is stupid.
yes,
just
it's
us.
such a relief. Because
Not
there are days
just
there are
us.
days I'm like, God damn it, what the fuck? What did we do? Should we just fucking leave?
We should probably just go.
Yeah, but then you see about overseas, like, we're doing stuff too, and I'm like, stupid's everywhere. It's a fucking plague. But we're gonna start off with a topic close to your heart, and that is churches.
Oh, yeah.
No, but there is. It's funny because there is a problem in a church, not even in a church, outside a church, in Ulm, Germany. Ulm. It's ULM. So
Yeah, that's
the Ulm in Germany. So the Ulm Minster, which has the world's tallest church tower, at 530 feet tall, the steeple measures. They're having a problem with the base of the church. The base of the church is made out of sandstone.
Okay. Like you do.
Yeah. So they're having a bit of an erosion problem from there's a lot of salts and acids being exposed to it. Do you know where these acids and salts are coming from?
No.
This is coming from the people of Ulm, Germany, pissing on the church.
Oh.
The world's tallest church steeple is literally getting taken down by pee.
Now, help me out here.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a reason they do this? Like
Because they're disgusting
when
people.
people kiss the Blarney Stone, which they shouldn't, by the way, because Irish pee on that too, by the way.
Mm-hmm. If that were a church steeple in Germany, it'd be getting pissed on all the time.
But they're just peeing on a church. Like, I'm a known atheist.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that building has zero power whatsoever.
Because it hasn't even been Spider-Man once.
Not once.
It's got all this responsibility and no power.
Oh, yeah, right. And I still wouldn't piss at a church. Because it's rude. It's just plain rude.
It is rude.
People's beliefs. You're literally pissing on someone's theology.
I mean, I'll piss on someone's Nissan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But I don't know about anything else. They're having the Michael Hilbert. He is the head of the department that's in charge of the maintenance of the grounds. Saying he's been quoted saying, "I've been keeping an eye out on it for about half a year now, and once again, it's coated with urine and vomit."
That's terrible.
Yeah, he has described himself as. He says, "I am not pinko police," which translates to pee police. He's not the pee police. This is the problem of there are a lot of events around the church
Yeah.
which end up being, if someone's got like
Oktoberfest,
Oktoberfest, or just anything like that, any kind of a festival or gathering
Nazi rallies.
that happens because it's in Germany. I get it. Fun references. They're great. It's a big gas of a time. They have a lot of people at these events, and nowhere, like either none or not enough public toilets.
But here's the thing. So if I know that there's a public event coming up and I'm the priest or whatever, maybe you hire somebody.
Ooh, well, see, here's the thing.
I mean, they've got parishioners that come and do shit for free all the time. Like charity work and whatever. Just have someone go, put it away.
Even with the increased amount of fine, they have doubled the fine.
German, put your schnitzel away.
They have doubled the fines. It's now up to 100 euros or 110 freedom units. They said that there has been no change. They have increased police presence in the area, and they are unable to catch anyone doing it.
The mad pisser strikes again.
Yeah, the holy shitter.
The holy shitter.
God, I wish.
Just find that person who's vigorously washing their hands close to the. Just like.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I guess, but
either that or like closed circuit television cameras.
There's a video feed like this guy. He has his building is in an alley, and there's like a little corner, like right by one of his windows. So he sees all these drunk people at events coming through and pissing in that corner. Like people do it like it's an actual bathroom. There's so many people that just line up to take a squat there.
I would chain a Rottweiler
to
like a pole.
He did something better. He installed kind of an outdoor shower where there's just a pipe.
A lever. Yeah.
Yeah, so when he opens a pipe, or he opens the lever, water just comes rushing out on these people. So it's not like a little sprinkle. They're getting hit with like a weak fire hose.
Yeah.
Because you figure if
garden hose.
But it's heavier flow than a garden hose.
Okay.
Like it's boosh,
That's awesome.
People, he set up a camera.
Yeah, like turns around real quick.
So there's
like a bidet.
There's video of this, of him just like opening it up on these people, and it's men and women. Women just no shame, just dropping in the alley in what they think is an unsupervised corner. There's a camera above them with a water trap of like, oh, I'm gonna get you, and every one of their reactions is great. Like, how dare you? What happened? What is that? It's like, you've been pissing on this place, so it pissed on you. I'm like, oh, that's great. That's
heard about his favorite part. Saw a guy last night leaving the bar, like right around the corner. Didn't even go like towards the trees or anything like that. Just right around the corner, starts pissing.
Like on the sidewalk?
Yeah.
Dude, there's so many trees right there.
And I was like, what is he doing? And then Shane sticks his head around. He goes, hey! Oh my God, really good, Shane. That stopped him.
No, but this building is slowly being eroded because of urine.
Yikes.
Yeah, the if the building can last until 2026, it'll be surpassed by another church for the tallest building, Barcelona's Sagrada Familia.
You're in trouble.
Well, I mean, that's only 36 feet taller. If they go to this new church and start peeing on it now, who knows if he'll ever beat the record.
I doubt it.
Yeah, they increased police presence.
Is there a record for most pee on a church?
No. I think that's not something people keep track of.
Oh, they might be winning.
Like, they chip away the stone and,
yeah, maybe
and see
we're
how much
losing on the height thing, but we got it on the amount of pee.
We got so much urine.
So much pee.
You're just jealous that you don't have as much pee as we do.
Mm-hmm.
So, Germany may be peeing on you, but Vancouver is breaking into your house and stealing your eggs.
Canada?
Yeah.
So nice.
I know.
Thought they were such a nice country.
I guess things have changed. Dun, dun, dun. So, there is a story of a man returning home a little after 8 o'clock at night, and he found a 35-year-old man that he didn't know, that he or his roommate didn't know, just standing in the middle of the kitchen, naked, making eggs.
Okay.
In the process, he managed to break the microwave and the stove. I don't know how you do that while making eggs, unless you're, unbelievably high.
Even then, I wouldn't be like, yeah, I'm gonna break this.
I didn't say high on what. Like, he
Yeah.
could have just been all,
PCP.
all the meth he can get his hands on.
I'm gonna break it and make some eggs.
Break it,
God,
make
I
some-
want an omelet.
Instead of kegs and eggs, it's breaks and eggs.
Breaks and eggs.
But yeah, the roommate was actually home at the time in the other room watching TV.
Holy crap.
Yeah. So there's this man just coming into his house.
Just walk out and be like, what's up? Wait, hey, hey, what are you doing?
Oh, what are you making for dinner? Oh, not your eggs? Yeah. Those are mine. I'm going to eat those
I'm
now.
gonna eat those eggs. And I'm calling the police.
He didn't even call the police. The roommate was just sitting in the other room watching TV the whole time, had no idea. It wasn't until his roommate got home and discovered the man in the kitchen that there was an issue. The roommate that was home just thought it was his actual roommate coming back.
Pete,
Yeah? What's up?
what are you doing in there? Watching TV?
I'm trying. Yeah, why? What's going on?
Do you know, like, the naked dude in the kitchen?
Wait, what?
The naked dude in the kitchen making eggs. Do you know that guy?
Are you serious right now? There's a naked dude in the
So you
kitchen?
think that's like a joke? It's not a joke.
I mean,
It's not even the beginning of a good joke. It's just
that's
like,
what I mean. I figured you were
hey,
just
did
you
you
were
hear the one
trying
about
jokes.
the naked guy in the
You-
kitchen with the
wait.
eggs right now?
You-
It's not a joke. No, there is a naked gentleman.
You're not really known for your joke telling. I just kind
I
of
know,
I
because
thought
I'm
you were
not telling a joke.
I
right
thought
now.
you were trying to like branch out and try new things.
I'm not trying to branch out and try new things. I'm asking you about the naked
Well, I mean
individual.
it's good that you're not trying to break
There
out
is
and
a
try new
naked
things
individual.
because this is a terrible setup for a joke.
Okay.
I'm gonna get back to my show real
No,
quick because
but hang
you
on.
you just no. I understand like you have some goals and dreams and ambitions. You really want to do this, but I'm gonna watch TV.
Okay, would you like an omelet?
Oh my god, I'd love an omelet.
Okay, I'm going to go ask the naked guy that's making it currently, that I assume is a friend of yours because you're at home and would know whether or not who this individual is. He broke the microwave.
Wait a second. Are you being serious?
Oh my God. Yes, I'm being serious.
There's a naked guy in the kitchen making eggs,
Presently.
and you are just being all casual telling me about
Dude,
it.
I don't know your friend.
Call the I don't know naked
You're
dudes that
home.
cook eggs.
You're home. You're watching
Yeah, I'm
TV.
home, but my door's closed. What do you want me
Yeah,
to
your
do?
door's closed. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. This was your way of coming out, and you're like, hey, just be out there naked making eggs. He'll get it, and then I don't have to have an uncomfortable conversation.
Okay, first of all, if I was coming out, we'd be making eggs together because that's more romantic. How dare you? And second of all, no, I don't just invite naked dudes over to make eggs. I'm not like that. You should know that
Okay,
about
but
me.
Is it possibility that he was closed, and then like all of a sudden he decided to get naked, and you were just unaware because your door was closed?
I mean, it sounds like you know way more about this guy than I do because I didn't even know there was a naked
The
guy.
only
You
thing
come
I
in
know about
with this
him-
naked guy.
only
Maybe it's
thing
your
I
friend.
know
Maybe
about him
is
is
this
he's
your
got
friend?
a tattoo on his back that says "I stole them eggs."
Oh my God, he might be a serial egg maker.
So he's not your friend.
No, you think I'm just friends with psychos that make eggs in other people's houses?
Honestly, I don't know all your friends.
Yeah, because you don't hang out anymore.
Well, I gotta work. Someone's gotta work. I mean, yeah, you get to sit at home with like the TV on in the middle of the day while I'm off working, having naked guys make eggs for you. That's quite the life.
Well, I mean, someone's got to take care of the house.
So you do know this guy.
No, that's why he's here, though.
Hey, I'm going to be with you in a minute, sir, and flip that over. It's going to burn.
Silly me.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, he sounds really into those eggs.
He's into the eggs. But
Do you think he can make some toast with that?
I don't know. Can you make toast?
Do you have any sourdough?
Do we have sourdough?
No, we don't have sourdough.
God, that sounds good though.
Yeah, it does. Did you go to the store?
Sir, if you could just put the apron on I'd feel so much more comfortable with you cooking food. I don't like a lot of skin around my food.
The skin is in, baby.
Okay. Now I'm calling the police.
I have no idea where that was going.
I don't know either, but we should have gave them names.
Couldn't do it.
What did I call you, Pete?
Sure.
We'll call my character Trent.
No.
Pete and Trent. The Adventures of Pete and Trent. And the naked guy.
Barnaby. So, Trent chased him out of the house, and he was found a few blocks away from it by the police, and he was still naked. He ran away, didn't even bother getting dressed. He's just like, no, this is me now.
This is me now. Stealing eggs, being naked.
And, you know, it sounds terrible because 1,600 residential break-ins have happened in Vancouver already this year. You think
1,600?
1,600?
And it's the same guy?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say he is busy.
Man, if he has a 3-egg omelet every time, good lord,
So much protein.
4,800 eggs have been stolen.
So much protein.
So they say the big problem is, like with this incident, the front door was closed, but it wasn't locked because there's a big problem with people not locking the doors in Canada because they're too fucking nice. And now you say, man, why would they bring up this one story of some guy breaking into someone's house and making eggs?
I would say that.
Like, it's such a random event. I don't think they should report on that unless there's maybe at least another incident of this exact same thing happening. Well, you know what? I'll take you back in time to July 3rd, 2013.
Gonna go back in time.
In Vancouver, British Columbia, around 7 p.m. A resident found a naked man making eggs, realized he had also just showered. So the man broke into his house, showered, and started cooking eggs while naked, and then the resident found him. This has now become an epidemic in Vancouver.
Did you use my shower gel?
Did you use my loofah? There are some things you just don't do, man.
Yes, the whole, breaking in and making eggs is rude, but using another man's loofah.
I'd give you the shirt off my back, but I wouldn't want it back because it touched you, and that's gross.
That's gross.
You think
How
you
dare
can,
you?
I swear to God, did you brush your teeth? Let me see. So this first guy, he had charges of mischief and breaking and entering were requested against him, and this guy in 2013, charges of being unlawfully in a dwelling house was requested. And at the time of that story, in July of 2013, 1,157 break-ins had happened in Vancouver.
Jesus.
So they have this big problem with residential break-ins because as they said, there was only about 25% of the time that it was actually breaking and entering in 2013 up to that point. The majority of it is people just leaving their doors unlocked.
Lock your shit up.
So that stigma, I mean, it's a positive stigma, but the stigma of Canadians being super nice and the country being so safe, like, oh, you could just leave your door unlocked. And I remember I saw a clip from maybe a documentary years ago. It might have been a terrible Michael Moore one they showed us in school where he was in Canada and just opened someone's front door and they're like, hey, what's up? And he's like, oh, sorry, just seeing if your door was unlocked. Because it was like, yeah, we just found a random house, doors open. And people just leave their doors open.
Hey.
Like, hey, what's going on, buddy?
Whereas, you live in America, shit's locked down.
If
in the South, if you pull up to someone's house, you don't even get out of the car. You honk the horn.
Yeah.
And you wait for them to come out to see it's you and then go like this and wave you out.
Because the shotgun's always by the front door.
Because the shotgun's right by the front door.
Yeah. Jeez, even here, it's like you have to have the door locked, then have a deadbolt, and maybe also a chain.
Yeah.
Like if you want to be crazy. Not even crazy, but if you want to be excessive. But man, I can't believe that people are just leaving their doors unlocked. That's part of the reason why I did that. So it's like we have a serious epidemic in Vancouver with people breaking into homes. Not even breaking into homes. People casually strolling into homes and making breakfast.
And this is not a yolk, people. It's an academic.
Well, you really eggshell at these puns. That was the worst one ever.
I thought that was excellent.
You can't use the same one.
I did.
No.
Yeah.
You can't steal my yolk.
You just said
That's why it works, which makes it a new joke.
son of a bitch.
You've been one-upped. Man, I sound so smart talking about
I'm
that.
kind of excited about that.
Okay, we've already gone on. You don't get to go back and make jokes about previous stories.
Yellow.
Did you say yellow?
Meow-low.
Oh, god damn it.
Egg wine. There you go. Egg cat wine.
Egg cat wine?
Egg cat wine. We're going to do it the entire time.
What?
What?
What's the cooking technique? Is it just called egg foam when they whip egg whites into like...
Yeah. Turn it into a foam.
You can't put that on your meow-low.
Yikes.
Mm.
You ruined it.
Did I?
You did.
I ruined it?
You did. And
After
only you.
everything that you... I want you to...
You and only you did.
review the words that came out of your mouth previously.
I can't.
If only there was some way
Only
to
there was
hear
some-
these words.
Because then there's no recording.
God, that'd be the worst if, like, you say that as a joke and realize, oh shit, I haven't been recording this whole time. Yeah, you looked. Stupid. Speaking of stupid, Christoph.
I've done that before. I just, filled in, like, your voice. Like, I did my voice, and then I'd fill you in and be like, damn it. And people, that was one of the most listened to episodes ever.
Well, I made a lot of good points. So, Christoph Bartnik.
Not a real name.
It's totally real. He's an associate professor at the Human Interface Technology Lab
Not a real place.
at University of Canterbury in New Zealand.
Not a real place either. Human what?
Interface Technology Lab.
Hit
Or
lab.
laboratory. Yeah.
I work over at the Hit Lab.
At the University of Canterbury in New Zealand. He was emailed an invitation to submit a paper for this conference.
Okay.
The International Conference on Atomic and Nuclear Physics that was being held in Georgia this November.
Georgia.
Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta, I was going to say, not Russia.
No. So there's this conglomerate called the Conference Series. They oversee these things, and they have all these conferences. So this conference, the International Conference of Atomic and Nuclear Physics, sounds real, and it's all real looking, and they have real stuff, and they send out invitations to academia people to see if they want to publish a paper or they want to have a presentation. It's a great opportunity. So this Christoph Bartnik was like, I'm going to send you a paper, but I have no idea what you're asking me to talk about.
Right.
So he did something which is quite awesome sounding.
My Summer Vacation by Christoph Bartleby.
Are you familiar with the game of typing a word and then just hitting the word suggestion on your phone, like the autocomplete, to see what the sentence is going to be?
I think I've seen that, yeah.
Okay. Well, he did that as a paper.
Oh.
He used the autocomplete in iOS because he had no knowledge of nuclear physics. He's, quote, I started a sentence with atomic or nuclear and then randomly hit the autocomplete suggestions. The text really does not make any sense. Yeah. He even used the autocomplete to write the title, which came out to Atomic Energy Will Have Been Made Available to a Single Source.
By Christoph Brickleberry.
No, not even. He didn't even use his real name. I'm going to give you an excerpt from it.
By Macklemore.
I'm going to see if I can read this, because this actually hurts my brain to read it.
So it's going to sound like a Trump speech. The word bigly is in it. I'm going to laugh my ass off. Go ahead.
The atoms of a better universe will have the right for the same as you are the way we shall have to be a great place for a great time to enjoy the day. You are a wonderful person to your great time to take the fun and take a great time and enjoy the great day. You will be a wonderful time for your parents and kids.
Oh, so he's talking about the Higgs boson particle.
Yeah, exactly. Schrodinger's parents, apparently. Are the kids alive or dead? I don't know. I'm not there to raise them.
Schrodinger's parents is a great name for a band or an improv group.
And it's an emo group.
It's such an emo group.
Whether it's improv or music, it's an emo group. Give me a scene. No, shut up. You don't get it.
That's the second funniest thing I heard this week about an improv group. The other one was Michael McCarthy and Howard Johnson. You were sitting at a table, and they were talking about Tattoo from Fantasy Island after he left the show, because I guess he left the show before it was over.
Oh,
and I go, yeah. And I go, did he go into improv? And he's like, yeah. Started a group called Short Form. Give us a short suggestion. Short word. Give us a tiny suggestion.
The paper concluded with with saying, "Power is not a great place for a good time."
It's not.
No, it's not.
No, you go over to like Club Eden. That's down the street. Power is just. It used to be good, but not anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I'm used to seeing in the bathroom walls like, for a good time, call this person.
Call Power.
But yeah, I've seen people write Power. No, don't call Power.
Don't call Power for a good time.
Power is bad. Man, so he submitted
Did they like have him come?
He submitted it under a fake identity. Associate professor.
I think he could have just used his real name, and people would have thought it was a fake identity.
Well, no, he used a fake name or a fake identity. Associate Professor Iris Pear of the U.S., whose experience in atomic and nuclear physics was outlined in a biography using contradictory gender pronouns. So he gave himself the name Iris Pear, and then referred to himself as both he and she throughout it to confuse the hell out of these people. He assumed that this place was kind of like a fraud, like it wasn't real or whatever, because he didn't send anything to them, so why would they ask him to submit? So he sent all of this, and 3 hours later, he got a response asking him to confirm when he wanted to give his oral presentation. So
you all are just making shit up, aren't you?
Just make it up as you go.
That's the thing about like theoretical physics. You know, doctors of theoretical physics. They just sit there. They assume shit.
It's like, what you doing? Thinking
about stuff.
Oh my God, you must be a nuclear physicist.
I think so.
No, I'm just a real
squiggle line, parentheses.
That weird-looking E.
Symbol. Yeah, that weird-looking E.
It's like, ooh, is
and
it an
like,
Egyptian
you
E?
need money to continue this research.
Damn right.
Otherwise, it's just them sitting there staring at a board.
Going, how much longer till I can go home?
Yeah, right.
I don't want to think about this right now. So, to apply, to submit the paper, it was free. Like, they just sent out, it's like, hey, send us a paper. He's like, okay, here.
What, he had to pay?
So then the acceptance letter referred him to a registration for the conference. So he got approved to join it, so now he just had to register. Guess how much it costs to register to be a speaker at this conference?
How much?
I said guess.
$100.
I wish it was that cheap.
Oh my God, $500?
I wish it was less than twice that. Because it's more than twice
$200.
that. Wait, no. Because it says more than twice that.
$700?
What's more than twice of 500?
$1,100?
You're off by $1. It's $1,099.
Oh, so it's on special.
Yeah, I saw that number. I'm like, what, are they fucking Apple? $10.99. He was like, yeah, this thing seems fake and not real. So he sends them a bunch of bullshit. They say, oh, yeah, you can definitely come in and be a part of this. And, oh, God, where did it say? Yeah, so Iris Pear and contradicted himself the entire time. And they were totally cool with it, accepted it, And now, like, I went to their website, and it's a very, very cheap looking, like the kind of website that was made, you know, 9 years ago, and they just kind of maybe
Right.
updated some of the graphics since then. So it looks like it's one of those things that it's a fraudulent company, but it's actually
Prestigious.
they're actually doing real conferences that people are going to.
I
But
just
the
don't get
people that
the
they're accepting, they're not even reading the like they're.
clearly because they're. I don't understand the aspect of paying to have your paper to be able to present your paper.
Well, I'm glad you bring that up because this is not the first time a nonsense paper has been accepted. This was this was for a conference, but this previous one was from a journal. So now with the journals, they try to. It's the International Journal of Advanced Computer Technology. They had been spamming an Australian. Wait, yes, Australian computer scientist Dr. Peter Vamplew. Yeah,
Simply,
Vamplew. Man, I don't know how to say other people's names. I don't
clearly,
know how to say my name. I don't see you trying to say these names.
simply.
Yeah, see, look at you sounding all stupid and shit.
I'm not actually reading it.
I could tell.
Clearly,
But yeah, no, that's pretty much how it's.
simply.
You have to have a little bit of a stroke at the end of it.
Vampire.
Vamplew.
Oh, of the Connecticut vampire.
It's very prestigious.
Yeah, it's very prestigious. Welcome to the East Wing of the new hospital, dedicated by Mr. and Mrs. Vampire. We help secure cancer here.
Every time you say, there's someone in the background practicing trumpet, so it's vampire. Like it's just an offbeat key every time. You're like, why is he always practicing behind me? That's your assistant.
He's
He was
here.
assigned by the wing.
By
He comes with the building.
to the family of the vampire.
Oh yes, the vampires. The Plurdeville.
Cannot wait to get married. I will be Stephanie Vampire. Oh, you said it wrong. Oh, I did? It's Plur. Thank you, Jeffrey. No problem.
The vampires are our mortal enemy. Are you sleeping with my nemesis?
You know how I feel about those vampires.
They're no vampires. So Dr. Peter Vampire, he's a lecturer and researcher in computer science at the Federation University in Victoria, Australia. This journal had been spamming him with dozens of unsolicited emails, as well as other journals sending him things. So he sent out a paper that was originally written in 2005, and it's a wonderful paper. I think everyone should read it because I read part of it and it
Naked egg making.
close. It's called "Get Me Off Your Fucking Mailing List." It was written in 2005 by American researchers David Mazieres and Eddie Cole, because they were getting like bombarded with other bullshit, like people saying, "Hey, you should write this," and just constantly spamming it. So they wrote this, and it's just "Get me off your fucking mailing list," repeated throughout the entire paper, just like a crazy person ranting. But they included like charts. So it's like a speech bubble would get, and it has an arrow to a box that says "me." It has more arrows that says like "off."
Oh, it's got a flowchart.
Yeah, it's a nice flowchart. So this professor, Dr. Vamplew, sends it off to this journal. The journal accepted it after they said he sent it off thinking that they would either like read it, ignore it, and then maybe take him off the mailing list.
Finally off the mailing list.
Just something. But no, like after a few weeks, he received a reply from them saying it was accepted for publication. They had some.
Can you imagine you sitting there, you're like, give me a fucking break. Really?
So
I tell everyone I know.
they said that his paper was in line with the highest academic standards, the paper has been subjected to rigorous anonymous peer review, and told him that that he needed to add more recent references and do a bit of reformatting.
Yeah.
That's the,
Yeah, he might want to.
that's the entire thing. So it's just these words over and over again with flowcharts and diagrams of "get me off your fucking mailing list," which is a wonderful paper. Like I said, everyone should read it. I've learned so much about it. But he refers to them as predatory journals. So when you're asking why would you have to pay money, that's exactly what he's saying. There are these journals that are soliciting themselves to young, naive researchers, saying they want to publish you, but you have to pay to do it, and then the publication is free for everyone.
Right.
They were saying for him, it's not $1,100 to join a conference, but his fee would have been $150 to get the paper published. And if for nothing else, like, I'd love to do it just because it'd be hilarious to have that published. But at the same time, it'd be plagiarism.
True.
Because it's someone else's paper.
Right.
And I would love to see the ramifications and fallout of him publishing this paper that people wrote 10 years ago.
Like an idea that's worth, revisiting.
It's so good, though. Yeah, I'm glad that there's just that much global stupid. So when we do stupid things, it's not as bad. Like the drunk Texas A&M student who, spoiler alert, used Snapchat and fucked up something. Now, we've already seen Snapchat ruin priceless museum antiques and everything. What do you think a drunk Texas A&M student ruined with her Snapchat shenanigans?
She knocked over a drummer, and the entire band went over. The marching band fell over.
That would have been awesome.
Yeah.
But instead, she crashed into a police car while trying to take a topless selfie.
See.
Yeah. Raising some questions, right?
Yeah.
So she's driving her car.
Okay.
Takes her shirt off. Take a Snapchat to send to her boyfriend. And then crashes into a parked police car.
That's it. Yeah.
That's just poor planning on her part.
Yeah, that's bad staff work. And then the guy comes around and, excuse me, you want to put your shirt back on?
Yeah, the officer came out there, was like, what's going on?
Oh, nothing.
You wouldn't be surprised to find out, but she had an open bottle of wine in the car.
No.
Yeah.
Shut up.
No, totally.
Seriously?
She did.
No.
And she drank the wine, got drunk, and smashed into the car.
Did she get the photo off, though?
They didn't include it, which is just poor reporting.
I think so. It'd be like she wanted, Snapchat to know that.
Like, instead of sending it to her boyfriend, she accidentally put it in her timeline. She's like, oh, this is the worst thing to come out of this. It's it.
Yeah, right. And now everyone's seen it.
Now everyone's going to think I'm not a good
to
person.
Jail.
It's like, no, I think the drunk driving and hitting a cop car will make people think you're not a good person. No, but my boobs are on my phone.
That's something, man. It's like whenever there's a cop around, that's like my worst nightmare.
That was you just taking your shirt off and
Snapchatting. If you
it?
accidentally hit a cop car.
Oh, yeah.
You're just like, oh, just drive, just go. Like, I hate driving next to them.
Man, I almost fucking ran into this stupid work truck. And I say it's stupid because it's such a niche market. It just has bandsaws on it.
Okay.
And like it was a real company graphic. It wasn't someone just like scraggling it on there like, hey, got your bandsaws here. Some of them are rusty.
Bandsaws, got your bandsaws.
So, like, yeah, we sell them, we replace them, we do 24-hour service. I'm like, who's at 3 a.m. going, man, I really need to fix this bandsaw.
I always wonder about that. Whenever I see like a specialty store, I think to myself, and maybe it's because like I work real hard to get even what limited, limited enjoyment in my work I have, to be able to act and to be able to do this. Like, I've decided I want to do this, and I realize people do stuff. People work in like banks. They didn't necessarily want to work in a bank, but it's a job, so we work in a bank. My dad's job, he didn't necessarily grow up wanting to do that, but it's a job and it's what he does.
Right.
However, bar stools, etc., is literally a place where you can go buy any kind of bar stool that you need for your bar, and someone had to go out and buy, like, get a loan from a bank, line of credit, go to like a shopping center and be like, yeah, I think I could sell bar stools out of here. It's like, is it the passion?
Well, it's etc. as well.
This is just bar stools in there and some other some bar pieces.
Oh, so that's the etc. That's how they get you.
I know, but
they bring you. They reel you in through the door with the bar stools.
What are you going to do with your life and your money? I think I want to sell bar stools.
Would you ever buy a bar stool without seeing it in person first?
No, of course not.
So where would you go to see a bar stool?
I'm just saying that. I'm not talking about. I don't think that it's not like a valid thing to do. I just want to know what someone does to be like, I'm going to fix bandsaws whenever it is needed. We will be 24 hours.
It's probably someone that grew up
without a bandsaw.
Well, grew up like in the 60s or 70s, where wood shop was like a huge deal, and like carpentry was a real hands-on thing.
Oh, yeah, dude, I love wood shop. I love I could build a set. I could build anything, but I get that. But it's just like
maybe they have a passion with woodworking.
I know.
In any case, that motherfucker can't drive a van,
right?
And was swerving in and out of traffic, and
it was a bandsaw emergency,
I guess. But it was raining.
Finish a bar
and
stool.
He's like,
gotta get to bar stools, etc.
Why? What happened?
There's a problem with one of the bandsaws. The bandsaws has gone down, and they've got a bar stool that they got to make that's going to go on display and probably not ever get bought ever.
Oh my God, that's 98% of their business.
I know. Get there quick. Bandsaw.
Fixed it.
Fixed it. All thanks to bandsaws.
Theme song to Goonies.
Yeah, right. Bandsaw.
Stop. Now I want to talk about this next thing.
Okay.
Because it's such a stupid thing to hear about, and you're like, no way this is real.
I wonder if only there was a podcast that specialized.
No, I know. This is just like, when you hear about it, it's one of those things where like, you're just making this up. This isn't possible. So are you familiar with the show I Didn't Know I Was Pregnant?
Yes.
So
always like shooting like a baby into a toilet.
Yeah, so I'm like, I don't know. I had
99% of the time.
I went to get Mexican food, and then I was in the bathroom, and then I pooped.
There was a baby.
And then when I stopped pooping, there was a baby there. Like, what was in that Mexican food? Baby pieces.
Someone put a baby in my Chipotle.
Someone put all the right pieces to a baby in my nachos, and it assembled itself in my stomach. It's like
Terrible.
Weird Voltron.
Form of baby.
So there's a woman that went to the hospital because she had what she thought was kidney stones. And like this just happened. This was last week. So last Tuesday night, the wife, Stephanie Yeagers, and her husband Michael. So Stephanie calls Michael and is like, "Oh, I'm having serious abdominal pains. I need to go to the hospital. I think it's probably kidney stones." And he's like, "All right, let's go to the hospital and take care of some kidney stones." You know, so they go in. They're like, and the doctor's like, "So, are you pregnant?" She's like, "No, not pregnant.
Nah, bro.
Got kidney stones." And the husband's like, "Yeah, I've been doing it to her, but not like that." He didn't say that.
Okay, I was gonna say, was that quoted?
No. Just when I'm doing this voice, just assume it's not quoted, because
Yeah.
who would quote something in this voice?
Somebody who spoke like that.
But it's I can't hear them through the.
It would be slanted. Italics.
Dude, Davey. So they go in and They were giving her X-rays, and they're like, wait a second, let's just real quick. Oh yeah, I know you say you're not pregnant.
Let's just check
Let's like it doesn't hurt anything just to
for
put
baby's sake.
yeah, just in case, And
Just in case of baby.
the mom's like, fine, whatever, and they find out, yeah, there's a baby in there, right this second, and you need to give birth, right now. So her pain of kidney stones was
Or
actually
contractions.
it's her going into labor.
Awesome.
So yay, right? And you think, how the hell does she not notice? Like, does she not gain weight? Does she not have the morning sickness? Is the baby not moving around?
I've seen some women who were pregnant and they just did not look pregnant.
Well, she
gained a bunch of weight.
She was diagnosed as premenopause a while back, which would justify her hormone imbalance that is normally associated with pregnancy. The baby was also breech throughout the entire pregnancy.
Right.
So he didn't move around at all. And the position he was in made it so she wasn't like showing. Like she might have been like if she was 90 pounds, you would have seen the baby in there.
Right.
But because she's a normal person, it was just seemed normal. And she continued to have her menstrual cycle, which the hospital's like, yeah, that's rare, but it can happen. So all these things, you're like, man, I still feel like something would have happened for her to be like, maybe something's going on. She broke her ankle a couple weeks prior to this, so she's been laid up the last couple weeks with a broken ankle, essentially putting herself on bed rest without even realizing it. Up until the day she's like, oh, I got kidney stones. Like, no, you remember it. So, like, of all these things that possibly could have happened, like, it fucking worked out perfectly, and oops, there's a baby in there.
Accidental baby.
And this is, I'm like, holy shit, there really was a case of I didn't know I was pregnant.
Right.
That I could believe. Like, oh, well, what about this? No, it's covered. No, but what about this? Well, this happened. But what about this? Listen, man, we didn't know.
We did not know.
Not trying to trick you right now.
And we are very unprepared for what is happening in our lives right now.
They already have 3 other children. A 16-year-old, 11-year-old, and a 3-year-old.
And a
so,
baby.
like they had it going on for a while, gave it a break for almost a decade. They're like, yeah, we should get back on that horse. Did it, and like, you know what, we should not ride the horse anymore. Like, well, guess who snuck out of the barn?
Yeah, right.
The pregnant horse.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. This is the kind of stupid that we get to deal with this week.
I love it.
I will say, though, I'm glad that there wasn't anything like crazy, egregious that happened like in the area. Because I'm like, I just want a break. Like, just no stupid for 1 week. Just can we be normal for a week? No, we can't.
No, we can't.
But it can be on the other side of the world.
Yeah.
Deal.
Fucking
take it.
We'll take that.
Canada being all the way on the other side of the world.
Wow. It's like a whole other country.
Mm-hmm. I don't even know if this can be considered a ray of light. This story they have, because I have a real question with it, which is kind of silly, but
okay.
So a daughter has received her father's message that he put out to sea in a bottle 56 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, so he put a message in a bottle, threw it out to the sea. Someone found it.
Mailed it.
No, tracked her down.
Oh, wow.
And gave it to her. But now here's where my question is. Like, you get a nice little note from your dad, like a nice little reminder of who he was as a person. Because the note he wrote on there said, return to 419 Ocean Boulevard and receive a reward of $150 from Tina, owner of the Beachcomber. So he threw something out there saying, hey, if you come back to this house, I'll give you money. And, he's gone. So his daughter's left with the debt.
Oh, 100, like...
That's, okay, so she played along with the joke and, like, gave the person the money. Here's my question: are you contractually obligated,
No.
even though it's a written promise from a real person to a real address, like the person that lived there? So, like, if you put something in the ground and says, "Hey, track me down, and you'll get a $100 prize," no one's gonna find it for 50 years, but they track you down and say, "Okay, I did this. Where's my money?" You don't think you're legally obligated? It's not a written contract.
No.
Why is it not a written?
Because I think a written contract is between two people.
Yeah, the person who sent it and the finder.
I think there has to be an aspect of signatures. I think there has to be an aspect of whatever. You can't just make this blanket thing and then be like, "This is."
It's not a blanket thing; it's a bottle thing.
And make it, just make it uphold in court. I think a court would be like, no, I mean, at the very least, and two, if it's you can't put someone else in jeopardy in a contract without them knowing it. Like, if you have to think about it, it was like if his daughter would have had to sign.
Why do they go after? So, like, if you die, why do they go after your children to cover your debts? Don't people do that? Like, it passes it on.
I don't know.
Okay. Well, I guess
That's a good question.
So I guess what I'm trying to say is, not that is it a written contract, but do you think it can be successfully argued that it is?
Oh, I'm sure if you get the right court and the right judge who just so happens to
Really hate maritime law.
huff glue in the chambers. But no, I think when it's back to your thing when you die, I think most estates are settled after any kind of bills. I don't know. That's something to look up.
In case you ever find a message in a bottle.
Yeah. Well, no, in case someone dies and they've got credit card debt or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, are you responsible for that credit card debt?
I mean, I don't know. I think there is some kind of protection against people, but I think it also depends on the debt.
Right. Because I know that one of the things that they were constantly trying to do is what they call the estate tax. Republicans call it the death tax because it sounds scarier.
Mm-hmm.
Is that when these billionaires die and leave all their money to their kids,
The estate gets taxed
the
as
estate
income.
gets taxed. And they don't like that.
Well, yeah, I mean, I can see the pros and cons to it.
Well, I think it's the aspect that the money is changing hands.
Yeah.
If you gave me $11,000 just 'cause, I would be on the hook for taxes.
Yeah, but they're also
over the right amount. Same thing with when someone dies. Now they're going to get billions of dollars.
Yeah.
I think
it's kind of like winning the genetic lottery.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think that's fair.
All right.
I don't know if that's a ray of light.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it was actually quite hard to find good enough stories.
It was nice that the person brought the bottle there. It would have been nicer if they weren't expecting $150.
I don't think they were expecting it,
No.
but if someone says, like, if I find a bottle half buried in the sand and there's a note in it, it's like, hey, this 5 miles down the road,
right?
You can go bring it there. I'm like, you know what? That'd be fun. Let's go over there. Like, hey, found this.
Said $150.
Well, I'm just like, yeah, isn't it funny? Look at this. And they're like, oh, so you want that reward? I'd be like, well, yeah, if you're offering it. I'm not here to collect.
Let's go.
So I'm just like, hey, I thought you guys might want this trash. Because you threw it away.
Right.
Like if someone drops their...
Stop littering. Give it to them.
Just throw it in the house as soon as they open it. Do you like it? That's from the ocean, my friend.
That's going to do it for this week. On that note, Bears Friends with the Ocean. That's going to do it for this week. Where can they find us online?
You can follow us individually on Twitter at PatrickNewsom42. At Hungry as a Bear. That's me. Follow the entire DVM production empire at the DVMP. You can look for this podcast on Facebook by searching for Stupids Talking Stupid.
Empire. And you can find all of the other shows that we have on DVMPE.com. That's going to do it for this week. It's Stupids Talking Stupid. I'm Patrick.
And I'm Bear.
And we'll talk to you. Then play.
Thanks.
Bye.